Hey guys, welcome back. This is for Gemini. Uh, we're just gonna do a reading. I don't really know what I even labeled these. Um, Whatever you need to know what's going on spiritually, I guess. All right. Okay. So what's going on, Gemini? I do have my manifestation candle going on. If you guys do want to be included into the candle, I can't show it now because it's been on for a couple hours. I did post a link below. It's like a video below. It's like 5 minutes in. You don't have to pay any money. So if you want to watch the video below, and it'll tell you how to basically get into the manifestation candle. All right, we got right use of power and renewal. All right. I feel like you're stepping into your power. You're using it correctly. You're manifesting it correctly, the way that you're going about things, the way that you're manifesting. I feel like you've unlocked some kind of key where you've learned how to manifest the right way. The right way. I feel like you've removed enough blockages from like money blockages from past lives, and you've gone through the trials and tribulations that were needed, the lessons that were needed, and now you are starting to use your power. Yeah, your ancestors have allowed you to come into a world. They're your ancestors' world, basically. They've allowed you to come in, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but when I saw this picture. I saw a person in like a quinceañera dress, um, or it could be a wedding dress. But really, when I saw it, I thought, oh, what a pretty quinceañera dress. Like I don't know. And then there's a lot of red, so it's almost like there was a curse that started likely at the age around 15, because that's when most people do quinceañera dresses. Quinceañera, sorry, Mexicans, even Salvadorians, they all do. I'm not sure about the other ones. I'm pretty sure they're all at 15 though, because that's the ritual for us. It's when you become a woman, right? Um, I don't know if that means anything to anybody. Maybe you guys could be throwing a quinceañera. Maybe something happened when you turned 15. I know for me, they say that you kind of stay stunted emotionally and not mentally necessarily, but emotionally at the age at where you're the where you get your biggest trauma. And you can look it up. I know there's an app. It's called The Pattern. It's an amazing app. It actually tells you what age you are, like what age you got stunted at, until you start to heal, right? And until you start to become self-aware. I know for me, mine was at like between 15 and 16. So something about your ancestry where there was something that happened where there I'm hearing, okay, so I'm hearing um you guys would get the gift, your gifts at 15, but something happened. There was a lineage that was basically, a family curse where at 15 everybody was getting their trauma, their biggest trauma, and it became almost like a family curse. But you're starting to learn that, and because of that, I'm now seeing this person. Now I'm seeing the dress falling off of her, and she's raising her arms like she has freedom. And then you've got 34, which is 7. You got generosity. Look at that. And with all this red, I am seeing bloodline. I'm seeing bloodline. I'm seeing family, yeah, like family ties, blood ties. I'm seeing a lot of that. And then with 23, we got 5. Maple spirit, generosity. And I feel like because you have been able to break this generational curse, but also your whatever karma you had to go through, you're now gonna be blessed with generosity, but not just like in the 3D realm. You're being blessed even in the 5D realm. Like all the gifts and all the things that haven't been passed down that have to have been held. Look, magic. You guys got magic. Yeah, you guys are being given gifts. You guys are being gifted gifts. Again, with 25 is 7. So 777 I'm getting. We don't have the third 7 on the board, but we got 2 7s here and a 5. You're being gifted your magic. Your magic is about to expand. If you thought you were psychic or you had your gifts, and I think for whoever I'm speaking to, I feel like you were already gifted. This is going to basically boom. It's going to expand and um, become, because I feel like because you can handle it now. Because your body right now, you could even be really tired. You could be going through those symptoms where it feels like, I heard somebody call it death. I just don't feel well, right? My body, because I feel all those other symptoms, but because it already feels, that's what I feel like when I have a flare up. So I just get a flare up when things are going on with like the moon and with everything that's happened right now with upgrades and stuff. So I just feel I go from like sleeping too much to not sleeping enough. My body aches. I'm tired, and then when I go lay down, I can't sleep. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Geminis. So I feel like that's how you guys are feeling. There's some anxiety going on there. There's almost like, it's almost like you have a list of things to do and you can't move. It's almost like you're paralyzed. But then you go into me, I see. Yeah, there's a need to go in within. There's a need to go within right now to calm the body and let it know that everything is safe. Everything is safe. What's happening is that you're getting another upgrade, and because of that, you're transcending. Look, and then there's time machine underneath that. Time machine. I feel like whatever it is that's happening right now, it's basically going in the past, and it's almost like it's healing all your ancestors that couldn't heal themselves, and it's almost like it's transcending. But I am also hearing like going in the past, it's almost like you lived a life where you didn't have a childhood, and now you're going to have a childhood. Does that make sense? Like you didn't get to live, and that doesn't matter the age that you're at, you didn't get to have a life. You had to basically learn karmic lessons after karmic lessons, with kids, with family, with everything. And now you're going to be able to do all the things that you wanted to do and didn't get to do because you had a purpose here to fulfill that destiny, and now you've done it. So basically what I'm seeing is like, if you didn't get to travel, if you didn't get to you weren't allowed to have fun, if you didn't get to even dress the way you wanted to. Like a lot of people don't get, like a lot of times people just dress with what they can, because a lot of times they, one, don't can't afford it. Two, they feel uncomfortable because they don't feel like themselves. Like there's a myriad of things that you could be feeling where you don't actually dress like how you want to, right? Some people, it could be health issues. They don't dress how they want because maybe they gain weight because they have health issues, whatever it is, right? I'm also getting you looking younger than your age. You're gonna start like aging, like almost like a Benjamin Button thing going on, right? Your health healing, those kinds of things. Because what ages us is the stress and all of the things they're carrying that are not ours to carry, and the ones that are ours to carry. Don't worry about my big ass bottle of soda. I'm very thirsty. You guys should be very thirsty. You guys should be drinking water. I have water here too, so I'm not just drinking soda. I just need something sweet. But okay, let's go deeper. Okay, let's see. Let's use this one actually. Let's clarify lay of the land. Yeah, you got train. You're moving on from anything from the past. You're moving on from anything from the past, but also things from the past lives. Anything that you have now healed from this life, you're no longer going to have to repeat, not only in this life, but in the next life. You've mastered that. It's a mastery. You've learned it multiple times, I hear. You're going into new endeavors, things that you didn't actually get, a lot of things you didn't actually get to do and learn and participate in past lives. Um, you're right on track. You're exactly where you need to be. You're focused. You're exactly where you need to be at the right time and at the right place. I feel like with everything right now, there's a need to be inflexible with what you're focusing on. Not inflexible with like what you're doing, right? But keep your focus on the ball is what I'm getting. Like, don't allow people to take you off track. Don't allow people to come in and take you out of your energy. Don't allow people to especially because we're in retrograde right now. The exes come back and try to trigger you, try to say dumb shit, try to do dumb shit. I just don't just it's a fly, right? It's a fly in the wall. Get the hell out of here, right? Um, don't resist. Allow yourself to climb steadily, slowly but surely. When you are building something that has this solid foundation, it's gonna take longer, and it's not gonna be as simple as in, oh, let's say you're building a business. Oh, I went viral, right? Because what happens to those people that go viral? Or what happens to a lot of the people that win the lottery? Isn't that like the lottery curse where they like either get hurt or they lose it all, or it's just like some weird ass curse, right? Um, where I've just heard horror stories about all of them. Like it's just, yeah, it's crazy. And then the people that like go viral, yeah, they get their 15 minutes of fame, but then they burn out, right? It doesn't really stay that long. They're known for that 1 minute of fame, but then the rest of their stuff kind of doesn't really, for the most part, right? There are a few people that do continue to stay in the limelight. But yeah, no. So it's more of a steady gains is what you're gonna get. Clarifying generosity, you got the ostrich trap. What? Hang on. Let me get one more on this because this is interesting. No. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Let's do it. Okay. Yeah. In the past, you were having a hard time with facing reality, facing the truth of things, being avoidant of certain situations, maybe where things weren't growing, or seeing that you were just avoiding some facts that you didn't want to deal with. And I feel like you were doing it on purpose because you wanted to almost self sabotage, because it was easier to self sabotage than to fail and feel like you're not worthy, like you're not good enough, like you're whatever, right? And I feel like there were moments where you were being very close minded, you were being avoidant of change that needed to happen. And you were feeling very threatened, but it's because when we fail at something, it feels like we feel like failures, right? But really, like, it's that same old phrase where they say, you see somebody winning, but you don't see all of their losses. You don't see how many times they've had to start over. You don't see how many times they made mistakes and had to improve those mistakes. You only see their huge win, right? And so I feel like for a lot of you guys were just kind of not saying that there needed to be a change made, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, there's gonna be something that's gonna come in, and or it has already happened. And I feel like you're going to be able to co-create with the universe. You're going to start seeing that maybe some of the things you were doing and some of the behaviors maybe not being very steady, not putting your full mind and energy into whatever it was that you were trying to manifest, possibly not even it was almost like you were dipping your toes in the water and the universe was saying, hey, jump in. And you're like, no, but my ankles are wet. And they're like, no, jump in. But you're like, no, 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 this is good. And they were saying like, no, you need to fully dunk your head in all the way. And you're either about to or you already have. And that's going to make the difference. And the universe is going to be like, okay, since you fully dunked in now we can fully dunk in and we're going to start collaborating. And this is going to bring you contributions. It's going to bring you people that want to work with you. It's going to bring you people that are going to help you on your journey. The universe needed you to fully immerse yourself in whatever it was that you were trying to manifest, because you were doing it basically with, like, let's say you have four engines and you only had one going. You were worried because you're like, if I do it on all four and it still doesn't work, I'm going to be devastated. Understandably. But you can't say that you gave it your all if you didn't turn on all four engines, right? Yeah. Oh, I already clarified these. I got magic. You got cabin. It feels like you're detached. It feels like you're secluded. It feels like you don't really have anybody around. Right now that you're manifesting, it's better to be alone. It's better to put all your energy into what you're trying to manifest specifically, especially because I feel like for a large group of you that I'm talking to, you guys had a bunch of friends, and when you started to heal, they started to drop off, right? So right now it feels lonely because you're in the middle of old friends and meeting new friends, new soulmates, new soul family, right? And so it feels a little sad, like you don't go out, like you don't do much, but it's because you're in the middle of a rebirth. And that rebirth has to be done. You don't bring your whole friends in and get rebirth, right? You're born alone and we die alone. And you're in the middle of a rebirth, you're doing it alone. You're gonna have to do it alone and vulnerable, butt naked, right? Yeah, right now it feels like you're quarantined, you're segregated, you feel disconnected. You're not disconnected, you're actually more connected. So it's almost like you're higher up, so you're not getting this connection, you're getting a higher vibration connection, if that makes sense. And then clarifying into me, I see we have baggage. Yeah, you're still going in and you're still making sure that you release all that baggage. You're releasing all those unresolved issues. You're preparing yourself to move forward, right? I am hearing also that you need to start decluttering. Declutter your office, declutter your home, declutter your mind, declutter your body, whatever it is that you can declutter, declutter. If you can get rid of it, get rid of it. If you can give it away, give it away. Start to be a little bit more minimalist, right? You're allowing yourself to be burdened with heavy responsibilities, which, yes, understandably, we all have responsibilities that we have to deal with. But like I tell everybody, you worrying about your responsibilities is not going to get them taken care of, and it's not going to solve your problems. All you're doing is wasting your time worrying until the problem gets solved, and you just wasted 2 days of where you could have had peace, and then the problem would have got solved anyway, right? um yeah, you're being prepared to go. You're going on a long journey. This is a new phase, and you're being prepared to tread lightly, more lightly, lighter. There we go. Clarifying, transcending, you got still. Yeah, you're refining your taste, your culture, your style, you're fine tuning. This is what you're actually going to go into. No, no, no. This is what you're doing right now. You're refining your taste, your culture. You're deep diving into whatever it is that you're doing, but you're also like, it's almost like you take a dish and then you're seasoning it more, and you're taking a dish that's really good, and then you find a new a spice or something, and you're like, you drop it in, you're like, oh, this is better than before. It's almost like what you're doing, but with your whole life, including yourself. Like, I'm great, but we can be even greater, right? um yeah, you're purifying, you're developing new skills over time. And There's something here about infusion of spirits, alcohol. So it could be that you guys, I don't know what you guys are doing. I see somebody doing some kind of ritual with alcohol. I know some of my rituals use alcohol. Um, so maybe that's what you guys are doing. But I do get somebody is almost like trying to, you're doing magic with some kind of alcohol. And I'm also getting, no. I keep wanting to say like you're like limiting your alcohol. We'll just throw that in there. I am getting that some of you guys are cleansing yourselves from like alcohol, spirits, um, even perfume, reduction, like strong senses might be bothering you guys right now, strong smells. But I get for a lot of you guys, for the most part, this is like 90%. For the most part, you guys are almost like purifying, purifying, purifying yourselves, purifying what you intake. You can drink certain wines and you can use those to help you um, do magic. It's when you overdo it that it's a problem, right? But you're cultivating, you are using this. I'm getting somebody that's like opening portals, like using a little bit of wine and then connect, not getting drunk. Somebody that's using wine and connecting and opening portals is what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. It's almost like you're using wine to divinate somehow. I'm not getting exactly how that is. I'm not sure if anybody is doing this. Please let me know because that's interesting. But with transcending, and for a small amount of you guys, it is um with reduction here. I am getting you guys are reducing and you guys are drawing out or filtering out like um basically the bad stuff. It's almost like you're moving into like a higher quality of whatever it is that you're doing, if that makes sense. So basically saying if you drink, $8 cheap liquor, switch to a more expensive, a cleaner, a better spirit, right? One that will help you to activate uh, the good that you can do with wine, because you can use wine and actually hard liquor. I remember I have one that is with, I believe, it's with a brown one, whiskey. I think it's whiskey. I don't drink whiskey, but yeah. So you can, if it's a need to have a reduction, then do that, right? That's interesting. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm super interested. All right, let's get you guys some guidance, and then we will leave it at that. Geminis. Find balance. See what I mean? Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy. Yeah, remember I was saying, like, you guys might be feeling really tired. Harmony and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? And then at the bottom of the deck, yeah, we have weary, retired, exhaustion, bone tired, needs restoration. Old habits die hard. That could be the alcohol. The good old days. You guys are living in the past, though. There's a pattern here that needs to be broken. Yeah, right now there's a need to see, get your head out of the sand. I said head out of the sand. There's a need to see the truth about behaviors, patterns, um, that you're still holding on to. There's still things that need to be let go, and I just saw 444. Okay, I am going to leave it here, guys. Um, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.